Oh, hey, how's it going, everybody? Xander Fryer here, Xander Fryer, CEO and founder of High Impact Coaching. Going live with you guys today. We're going to be doing our training, 7 steps to building a six-figure coaching business. All right, so we're going to be doing our live training on 7 steps to build a six-figure coaching business. Before we get going, want to make sure that everybody's starting to hop on. I see people are starting to join. Wanted to give you guys a little bit of a background on myself. Obviously, Xander Fryer, CEO and founder of High Impact Coaching, best-selling author with Mastering the Art of Success, which I co-authored with Jack Canfield. But we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about the 7 steps to building a six-figure coaching business. So as you guys are hopping on, I want you guys to go ahead and comment below. I'm here. Comment, I'm ready. I'm here and I'm ready. I'm here and I'm ready. Once I see some comments, we'll go ahead and get started in this. Once I see some comments, I'm here and I'm ready. We'll go ahead and get rolling on this. All right. So once I see a couple of comments, we'll go ahead and get rolling. So comment below. I'm here and I'm ready. Beautiful. All right. Looks like we're starting to get some comments below. Looks like everybody's starting to hop on, starting to join in. So as I'm running through this 7-step blueprint, I want to make sure that you guys, whatever questions you guys might have around the 7 steps to building a six-figure business, go ahead and comment them in the comments and we'll make sure to get them answered as we go through this. We don't have a ton of time and we do have a shit ton of stuff to go through. We are going to go through this quickly, but I want to make sure that everybody gets the most out of this. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment them below. If we're not able to get it in this presentation, we're going to make sure that we get it afterwards as well. So go ahead and comment below whatever questions you might have as we're running through this, but we're going to go ahead and just get started. All right, friends. Beautiful. Cool. All right. So today's agenda in our small time together, I want to make sure, my big goal is to make a big impact on you in the following ways. I want to make sure that you're confident where you felt uncertain before. I want to make sure that you have clarity where you felt stuck and frustrated. And I really, really want to open up the true opportunity that you have to impact thousands of lives and help a lot more people than you were before. I think this is the big dream for pretty much every coach, is really getting out there and impacting the thousands of lives that they deserve. And frankly, if nothing else, I want to make sure that we're here to make you a bit more money in your business. Now, I know it's a little bit taboo to talk about money in the coaching space, but the truth is, if you're not making the money that you need to make in your coaching business, you're not going to be able to help the people that you need to help. So we got to make more money. All right. Now, what I'm going to need from you guys as I start running through this, all right, what I'm going to need from you guys, how's it going, Tavia? How's it going, Eddie? Hope you guys are doing well. What I'm going to need from you guys is, I want you to understand that implementation is by far the most important piece here. Knowledge is not power. All right. Implemented knowledge is power. Knowledge is actually your mortal enemy if you do not implement it. And this is one of the biggest problems that I see in the coaching space. There's a lot of coaches that are incredibly knowledgeable. In fact, there's thousands, maybe even millions of them that are incredibly knowledgeable. Nikki, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Incredibly knowledgeable that aren't getting any results because they're not actually implementing. They're not actually actualizing that knowledge. Right? Now, again, awareness without action yields nothing. One of my good mentors, Jack Canfield, told me this. Awareness without action yields nothing. You can't steal second base and keep your foot on first in the exact same moment, all right? So we have to take action. We have to get out of our comfort zone to make shit happen, okay? Now, a bit of a background. How did we actually get here? For those of you that don't know my story, just 3 years ago, I was actually a corporate monkey at Cisco Systems. This is actually my ID badge. And I took this picture the day that I retired, the day that I quit. So I was making over multiple six figures. I was making over $200,000 a year as a kid in his mid-20s. Making great money. I had clients like Disney, Facebook, Google. And I had what everybody told me was success, but I didn't feel successful. I felt like a fraud. I felt empty inside. And even though I was driving around Venice Beach in my BMW and flying around the country first class, I didn't have true fulfillment. So I quit cold turkey. And I was a stereotypical, like, quit your job and start a life coaching business. All right. So I quit my job and start a life coaching business. Now, there's a lot of people that ask me, like, Xander, you had a ton of money saved up so you could, do all this stuff with it because you made so much money. I'm like, no, I was a fucking millennial. So I had spent all my money trying to fill that void. Right. So I didn't have a lot of money. I had about 2 to 3 months worth of living expenses saved up. which I actually spent all of in the first 30 days. And then I started to rack up credit card debt. So, I struggled for months trying everything, listening to everybody else out there. And it wasn't working. I was taking advice, all this advice from people that were putting stuff out there, but they were using like 2012's blueprint and it wasn't working. So I spent over $35,000 on my own training and development. And I figured out what didn't work, but eventually I started to figure out what did work. Now, the reason that I love showing this picture, this was me within my first 3 months. I wasn't sleeping. I was stressed out of my eyes, my mind, bags under my eyes. I was like recording like 90s style video confessions at like 4 a.m. for anybody that's like worked through my program. I literally recorded my journey from being broke, almost not making it out of, being able to pay rent to building up to 6 figures, multiple 6 figures and 7 figures. So I actually recorded that journey for people. So I love sharing these videos with people. But at this point, I want you guys to understand, like I've been there. I was $20,000 in debt. I had about 2 months left. I could live off my credit cards and nothing was working. I was terrified. I was bawling my eyes out at like 4 a.m. when I recorded this video. But then it clicked. Right? 3 months after I had quit my job, 3.5 months after I quit my job, I had my first 6-figure salary month. Within 4 months, as a life coach, I made $13,000. And I did it with a Facebook group of 47 and an Instagram of around 300. I virtually had no audience and no idea what I was doing. And I still remember enrolling my first client. I was like a super rudimentary version of what we call our perfect consultation that we train our clients now. And I'll show you some of what, we do that today and later in this presentation. But I remember at the end of the call, him saying like, Xander, I want to work with you. And I was just like, you do? And he's like, yeah, how much do you cost? And I'm like, $2,700. And he's like, great. And I was like, oh my God. And so I literally wrote down his credit card information on like a sticky pad because I didn't have a point of sale. And I then was like, okay, great. Can you give me 2 days to put together your program? So I literally didn't even have a program yet, but that was it. I was an entrepreneur. After that, I was so excited and I was so terrified that someone was actually paying me money to do what I loved. I was a bit scared, but I knew that I could do it. And I saw what was about to happen. And that month I pulled in over $13,000 in clients. All right. And what happened after that was crazy because I realized that when people pay, they pay attention. He got great results and he started referring people and other people were getting great results and they started referring people. And my business started to grow at about 50% month after month, 17K, 24K, 30K, 42K. And it just started to go up, right? I had figured it out. I had figured out the combination lock and the door came swinging open. Now at this point, right, I had built an amazing network of entrepreneurs and coaches that were looking to get their businesses up and running. And they were like, what the hell, Xander? Like we just watched you build a multiple 6-figure life coaching business in a matter of months. We've been trying to do this for years. What did you do to get to that point? And how do we learn from you? And that's when we designed high impact coaching. The high impact coaching system designed to help coaches go from nothing to profitable, scalable businesses in less than 90 days. All right. And because of that, now we've helped hundreds of coaches build profitable businesses. And we hit our first 6-figure month within 12 months. Obviously now I have a best-selling book. We've got a team of 9 and we've helped hundreds of coaches build businesses now. All right. Now, because of that, we've had clients like Alex, who's in the, who is in the life coaching space, men's life coaching space, charging $2K. Alan, who's helping business owners, charging $5K. We've had Janet, who's in the peak performance space, charging $6K. Casey, who's in the health and wellness space, charging $8,000 for fat loss. That's right. You think fat loss is a commodity? You're wrong, right? We've got clients like Danielle, who's a women's life coach, charging $2K, and she recently got her first $36K client in the corporate space. We've got one of my favorites, Ian, who's in the spiritual space. Ian, I love you, but you're virtually selling daisies and rainbows and unicorns at $8,888 a pop. I love you, man. Alex making $3K per client in the career coaching space. Sophia, who was a physical therapist, now charging $5K to help people overcome back pain. We've got Justin helping people with Hashimoto's at $5K. We've got Mike, who's helping men find their purpose at $3,500. Natalie helping women at $2K. And Sam helping men overcome their alcohol and abuse issues at $4,000 a pop. Because of the results we've been able to get, and we've been able to replicate over every single industry, I've had the opportunity to network and be part of some really high-level masterminds, like with billionaire Jesse Eatzler, good friends and mentors of mine, Craig Ballantyne, Sharon Srivatsa, a good friend and actual client and coach of mine, Steve Weatherford, Super Bowl champion. Yeah, that's me kissing the Super Bowl trophy there. I've actually been graced with a best-selling book as well. But all of this, what I want you guys to understand, all of this comes from getting results. All of this comes from being able to enroll people into programs and help them get amazing results. All right. Now, I was talking with one of my mentors, Craig, and he said, you need to get this out to more people, which is why we decided to put together our 7-step blueprint to building a six-figure business, six-figure coaching business. Had another conversation with one of my mentors, Bedros Keuilian, CEO and founder of Fit Body Bootcamp. And same thing. He said, Xander, this shit has changed our world. You need to get this out to more people. All right. So why this system works? Well, the first reason that this works is you don't need a big audience or brand. Just like we talked about Justin here making $35K a month with a Facebook group of 400 people, right? Then we've got, Nick here enrolling $3,000 clients with an Instagram of 76, right? We've got, and the second reason why this works so well is you don't need sales experience. So we've got clients like Natalie, who's 27 years old, no sales experience, enrolling at $2,000. We've got Amanda, who is a mom of 3 and a yoga instructor, enrolling at $2,500. Jamie, who's a first grade teacher, enrolling at $3,000, or I should say was a first grade teacher, enrolling at $3,000. And my favorite, Rabbi Dan, enrolling at $3,000 a pop, right? At 2 out of 3 consultation that he has. If a rabbi can do it, you can do it. All right. Why this works so well is number 3, it's never pushy, never aggressive or salesy. So you can actually enjoy building your business conversations, spend less time on marketing and sales and more time on what you actually care about: training, coaching, and helping other people. All right. Just like Craig here, who was able to increase his enrollment rates to 80% and sold $15,000 the next day after working with us. Now, all right, let's get to the meat of this, because on this training, we want to provide the simplest way for any coach or expert, regardless of where your business is now, to scale to 6 figures or multiple 6 figures and beyond in the next few months, not years. Can I get agreement on that that's something that we want to do? Go ahead and comment below. Comment below, hell yeah, if that's something that you want to do. Comment below, hell yeah, if that's something that you want to do. You want to scale your business to 6 figures, multiple 6 figures and beyond in the next few months, not years. Comment hell yeah below if that's something that you're looking to do. All right. Beautiful. And more importantly, when you do scale your business to 6 figures and multiple 6 figures, being able to help a lot of people along the way, right? See Tavia saying, hell yeah. Beautiful. Awesome. So let's go ahead and dig right into it. Let's get into the 7 steps to build a 6-figure coaching business. Okay. So the 7 steps, we're going to lay them all out for you. Number 1, solutions. Number 2, start from the top. Number 3, make it personal. Number 4, get results. Number 5, serve, don't sell. Number 6, help everyone or no one. Number 7, build your team. All right. We're going to go ahead and get running on this. But as we run through it, again, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and comment them in the comments so we can help you get those answered either at the end of this, during this, or afterwards. All right. Beautiful. All right. So number 1, you got to be a solution provider. All right. This is a massive shift for a lot of people, but most coaches get this entirely wrong. Positioning can mean the difference between charging $300 and charging $3,000 for what you do. Same product, but 10x the value. A perfect example is one of our clients, Courtney, who had been charging $300 a month for her coaching services for years, 10, 15 years, right? Now, this is because she positioned herself as a service provider. As soon as we switched her to positioning her as a solution provider, she was able to command $3,000. Same exact service, but the positioning was different. She positioned as a solution provider, and because of that, people would pay her 10 times what she was charging before. And the people who paid her more, get this, they got better results. Even after 10 to 15 years of being an expert in the fat loss space, Courtney was now able to charge $3,000, and she was getting better results with people that were paying more, even though it was the exact same service. Mind blowing, right? People who pay attention, right? So here's what I want you to understand: the service provider versus solution provider mindset. health coaching, life coaching, business coaching, career coaching. These are all commodities. If you position yourself as a health coach, a life coach, a business coach, career coach, you are positioning yourself against every other coach out there, right? But if you position yourself to solve a specific problem in your space, you instantly become the expert in that space. Think about this. If you cure cancer, right? I want you to think about this. If you cure a rare type of cancer with your coaching, which every single coach out there, you do, your coaching cures a rare type of cancer. Go ahead and comment below. I want you to comment below, I cure cancer. If you truly believe that your coaching truly cures cancer for somebody, truly cures cancer for individuals, comment below, I cure cancer. If you truly believe that your coaching services cure some rare type of cancer, maybe if you're a health coach, it actually does cure cancer, right? But here's the truth. If you had cancer and I told you that I could cure your cancer over the next year, you would have to spend every single day with me over the next year, but I could cure your cancer. What would that be worth to you? It'd be worth everything, right? It'd be worth everything if I could help cure your cancer, right? Now, let me ask you this. What if I could cure that cancer for you in the next 2 months and you only had to spend once a week with me? Would that be worth everything, or would it be worth more? It would actually be worth more, wouldn't it? So the time you spend with someone is not as important as the solution that you provide to the problem that they have. That's how you need to learn how to position yourself. You need to position yourself as the solution provider for that rare type of cancer, okay? Now, the other big part to this that I want everybody to understand is you need to position yourself. When positioning yourself to the cancer that you solve, most coaches position themselves to the problem that they see rather than what their clients see as the problem, right? This is hilarious to me because you position yourself and you're like, why can't they see? Have you ever asked that? Like, why can't they see how valuable this is? Right? Like this post right now, if you've ever thought like, how come this person can't see how valuable my service is? I guarantee this is what's happening, right? You're seeing it from one direction and they're seeing it from the other direction. And if you don't get this right, you'll never be able to command premium prices. So you have to learn to position as a solution and for what they see. Tavia's saying, ding, ding, ding. Awesome, right? Absolutely. So, whoops, hang on one second, guys. We're gonna having a little technical difficulty. All right, beautiful. So we need to position for what they see, not what you see. Now, can you see how if you position yourself as a solution provider and you position yourself for what they see, you could instantly 10x your value? Can you see that? Go ahead and comment yes below if you can see that. Comment yes below if you can see that. All right. Now, are you willing to promise me? Are you willing to promise me you will commit to doing this now? Commit to positioning yourself as a solution provider moving forward. Beautiful. Awesome. So that's step number one. Step number one is positioning yourself as a solution provider. Step number two is start from the top. All right. Two of the biggest myths that I hear in the coaching space. Number one, start low and work your way up. I got to be honest, this is the fastest way to burn out. This is the reason that according to Glassdoor, 95% of coaches will never make it full time. According to Glassdoor, 95% of coaches will never make it first time because they start low and think they're going to work their way up. It's the fastest way for your passion to become a grind and for you to want to give up. The second myth that I hear all the time is that you need to be the best in the world to charge prices like 2K, 3K, and 8K, which just isn't true. You think you need to be that guru. Well, the truth is that guru, right, is not getting to everybody. And if you can, even if you're, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you're a 7 out of 10 on the expert scale, and you can help someone go from a 1 to a 6, that is life-changing. And it is worth 2K, 3K, 5K, 8K. You need to commit to understanding that that guru is not getting to everybody. And if they're not getting to them, you have a moral obligation to get to these people and being able to command your real worth of 2K, 3K, 8K to actually get there, right? The math never lies. A lot of you guys have seen me talk about this before, but the truth is, if you start low end, 2 examples here. If you're trying to get to 6 figures, we'll say 10K a month, right? I'll give you the 2 examples. If you start on the low end, maybe you charge $100 an hour, and maybe each client, you do like 1 session a week or something like that, right? So per client, you're making $400 a month. What is their commitment? Their commitment is low because they're not financially really committed into it. What is the number of clients you have to have a month to hit 10K? You have to have 25 clients a month. That's an administrative nightmare just to begin with. Now, what most people don't realize is in terms of hours you have to work, if you're doing 25 hours of coaching on top of that, from administrative, promotional, and management perspective, double those hours and add them to it. So you're actually working 75 hours a week. Now, if you're enrolling like normal coaches do with like a landing page or an opt-in and all that stuff, you're enrolling about 1% is a good enrollment rate. So you need to have an audience of 2,500 people. When you're first, if you've got a big business and a big audience, that's great. Go for it. If you don't, that's probably not the best way to start out, right? Now look at this. If you were to start on the high end, let's say $3,500, which most of our clients start somewhere between $2.5K to $5K. So if you were to start at $3,500 per client, how high is their commitment? It's high, right? Because they're financially and energetically committed. How many clients do you need to have a month to actually get to that six-figure income? 3. How many hours do you have to work? 9. If you know how to enroll properly, like using our perfect consultation script, which we'll talk about, right? The percent you'll enroll, worst case scenario is 1 out of 4. So you only need an audience of 12. See how much, what would you rather have to do? Work towards 2,500 people or work towards 12 people? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? So in order for you to be successful, the biggest shift that I need everybody to make is you must start from the top. If you do not start from the top, this is one of the biggest reasons I see coaches not making it full-time ever. They burn themselves out trying to grind it and get there, all right? Number 3, make it personal. I want to share with you guys the biggest marketing lie out there. The biggest marketing lie out there is you're one funnel away. Do you know what percentage of people actually hit that funnel lotto? It's like 1%. So there is a chance that you can hit that funnel, right? Put a bunch of money into a funnel and then hope that it hits, right? But do you really want to put your life and your business and your impact up to gambling, right? Because that one funnel, it's probably not going to hit. So we suggest if you want to do this the right way, we suggest when paying for advertising, right? If you pay for advertising before you know your market, your language, and your message, it's a massive fail. Same thing with like building your website. Most coaches build their website before they actually know their messaging, marketing, and language, and it doesn't do anything for them. They spend thousands of dollars on their website, and it doesn't actually help them in any way, shape, or form, right? Same thing. If you're about to go spend thousands of dollars testing out funnels and paying for advertising, you're in for a rude awakening. So we suggest with every single one of our clients that you must already be bringing in 10 to 20K a month. You must have a deep knowledge of your audience, and you must also know what converts, because 95% of the people on the marketers on Facebook don't actually know what converts in your specific space. They might know how to set up Facebook ads, or they might know how to set up Google ads, but they don't know what converts. There's a difference between mechanically being able to set it up and actually being able to set up something that works. So know that there's a difference there, because this could be the fastest way to go broke. All right. But the truth is, intimacy beats authority every day of the week. You have an advantage as the little guy. All right. Now think about this. If you're in the middle of an ocean, fishing in the middle of an ocean with one little fishing pole, right? And around you are all these massive ships with big nets and huge teams and all this technology. Is that how you want to be fishing? Or do you want to fish in your own pond, in your backyard? Right? So it's important for you to build your pond. It's important for you to build your own fishing well in your own backyard. And you can do this on social media with Instagram, with LinkedIn, with Facebook. You can do it on all of the above. We have clients using every platform and being successful. You can do this via networking. You can do this via live events. We have clients. One of our clients holds a weekend workshop every 2 weeks. And from that, he pulls 2 to 3 clients at 5K. Every single month. So he makes 15K a month just from these couple of little live workshops, his own pond to fish from, right? The other thing that I want you to remember is when I talk about intimacy beating authority every single day of the week, the way that I explain it, right? It's imagine that you had a plumbing issue. Imagine your plumbing broke, right? A pipe broke, your plumbing broke. And while that plumbing broke, you've been driving to work every single day and you saw this big sign that was like, Plumber John, America's plumber, like fix your plumbing here, right? Well, so that's going to be your first inclination to work with Plumber John. But while you're at work, you're in the coffee room, in the break room, and you're talking about your plumbing breaking. And one of your buddies says, like, I used to work with Plumber Jane. She's really amazing. You should work with her. Are you going to work with the person that has the big old billboard? Or are you going to work with the person that has an intimate relationship with somebody you know? You're going to work with Plumber Jane. You're going to work with the person that has an intimate relationship, right? Intimacy will beat authority every single day of the week. So that's something that you need to remember. As the little guy, you actually have an advantage if you know how to communicate with people and you know how to build that intimacy, right? You can actually get there faster. You can get up and running, build six figures, multiple six figures, without having even ads, without having advertising. Now, I know a lot of people like, Xander, like that'll never scale. All right, let's talk about it for a second. Because for us, we actually made, I want to say, oh man, somewhere last month we made somewhere between $40,000 and $60,000 on Instagram, 0 ads, and another $40,000 to $60,000 on Facebook, 0 ads, right? So you tell me if you need it to scale even to 7 figures, right? Now, one of our clients, specifically, I love talking about Taylor because he did the same thing. He had spent $3,000 on advertising and enrolled 0 clients before he worked with us. Just 1 month after working with us, Taylor went from $0 to 65 grand. 65 grand. He enrolled 13 clients at 5K or whatever it was. But that comes from building intimacy rather than trying to build authority. So this is a big shift for a lot of people when it comes to building your coaching business. All right. Now that's what we need to do in order to make it personal. Okay. Now, step number 4. Get results. All right. This sounds simple, but you must get results. All right. There's 2 ways. There's 2 ways to have 0 impact, right? Number 1, you could be great at sales and marketing, but if you don't get results, if you have a shit product, you have 0 impact, right? You might get to a ton of people, but if you can't get results, you have 0 impact. But also number 2, so you got to be integrity with yourself. But number 2, if you do get results, the second way to have no impact, right? If you do get results, but you don't get that to anyone, you don't enroll any clients, you don't get it to anyone, you also have 0 impact. So if you do get results, you have a moral responsibility to enroll more people, to help more people. And if you are not enrolling more people and helping more people, that's your responsibility to take control of and get to more people. Because being a good coach and having a great service is not enough. You have to sell people on it. You have to promote it to people. You have to market it. You have to get it to people. Because if you don't, you will never be able to help them. I need everybody to understand this. Number 1, you got to get results. But number 2, once you get results, you got to get it to people. All right. Comment below if you get that. Comment below, I want impact. Comment below, I want impact. If you're ready to start selling and promoting your products and services, not being afraid of what people are thinking of you. Because if you don't get it out to people, there's going to be dozens or hundreds of people that do not get your services because you're afraid of, oh, what if I get this wrong? What if I appear salesy? What if I appear, what if I appear pushy? Right? Now we can teach you how to do all this stuff without being pushy. But the first thing is you got to overcome this belief that you're a shitty person by trying to get out there and help people. You got to get it out there. Otherwise, you're never going to have an impact. All right. Aaron saying impact. I love it. Beautiful. Janine, great to see you. Tavia saying, I need that script today. Awesome. I love this. All right. So 1 through 4, solutions, be a solution provider. Number 2, start from the top. Number 3, make it personal. Number 4, get results. All right. Number 5, serve, don't sell. All right. Number 5, serve, don't sell. All right. Before I get into number 5, I want everybody to like this post. If you've taken away one solid piece of advice that you're going to implement today already, go ahead and comment it below and like this post. Comment it below and like this post so that we can see what your biggest takeaways are so far. All right. I want to see what everybody's biggest takeaways are so far. Go ahead and like this post right now and comment below what your biggest takeaway is so we can share it with everybody, right? As we share it with everybody, I want everybody to see what everybody else is learning because I bet it's a big shift that you're going to need help with as well. All right. So go ahead and comment below and like this post if this has been helpful for you so far. And let's go ahead and get into number 5. All right. So Number 5, serve, don't sell. All right. Serve, don't sell. All right. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Old school selling is dead. Boom. Mic dropped. Old school selling is dead. I hate to tell it to you, Grant Cardone. Old school selling is dead. All right. Here's the truth. Nobody wants to be sold anymore. We've all experienced that negative, greasy, grimy. Let me ask you guys this. When you think of a salesperson, comment below. When you think of a salesperson, what's the first emotion that comes to mind? When you think of a salesperson, what's the first emotion that comes to mind? Maybe greasy, maybe grimy, maybe manipulative, maybe pushy, maybe gross. What is the first emotion that comes to mind when you think of a salesperson? All right. Comment that below. All right. Because the old school way of selling, it's fear-based psychological tactics, leveraging evolutionary instincts that manipulate our thoughts. Right. The foundation is manipulative and cheating and tricking people to spending their hard-earned money. Right. And if this is you, it's the belief that it's all about the money. More money will make everything better. We'll do whatever it takes to have more money. But the new way of selling, coming from a place of service, I want to ask you guys, all right? I want to ask you guys, what do you feel when you think of a trusted advisor? What do you feel? What's the first emotion? Comment the first emotion that you feel when you think of a trusted advisor. All right. What is that first emotion that you feel when you think of a trusted advisor? All right. Maybe trusting, maybe supportive. First thing that I think of Yoda, right? I'm a bit of a nerd, but Yoda, Yoda's that trusted advisor that's going to tell me everything that I need to hear. Maybe even the things I don't want to hear, but the things that I truly deeply down need to hear. Stacy saying safe, right? If you have an intention of being of service, becoming the trusted advisor, even if it means losing a sale, even if it means it's not a good fit. If it's not a good fit, then it's not a good fit, and let them know. But you also need to help people get honest about their problems rather than letting them numb them out. You need to help others make courageous decisions to move forward and fix their problems, because truthfully, their decision-making process is the reason that they're stuck in the path that they're in right now. It's the reason they're stuck in bad relationships. It's the reason they're stuck in a job that they hate. It's the reason that they're overweight and have been for years and they can't get out of it. Their decision-making process is the reason they're stuck. And it's our responsibility as the trusted advisor to help them make courageous decisions and commit to taking action to fix that problem. And when you can do that, when you can actually do that, the result of old school selling is an unsustainable business that leaves you with a moral void, often results in depression, addictive tendencies, and clients feeling cheated and jaded. But when you can become the trusted advisor, you work with committed clients that want to pay you your real value and get results. And you can leverage your income to grow your impact and be the change that you wish to see in the world, AKA the Oprah effect, right? This is what we're all shooting for, right? But we need to become the trusted advisor in order for that to work, okay? And that's number 5, serve, don't sell. Number 6, and this is going to be a big shift for everyone, all right? So every single coach out there knows that they can help a lot of people, all right? I want you to like this post. If you know that millions of people need your help, like this post right now if you know that millions of people need your help. Like this post. Now, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I was hosting a workshop, and a good buddy and client of mine, Justin Tupper, who just sold his company to NBC for $100 million, Golf Direct. I was hosting a workshop that he was in, and I mentioned, if you try and help everyone, you will help no one. And he stood up in the middle of the workshop and he said, Xander, if you had told me that 10 years ago, I wouldn't have just sold my company for 9 million. I would have sold it for $1 billion. He said, that alone would have saved me 5 years of trouble. I want everybody to understand how important this is. If you try and help everyone, you will help no one. If you try and help everyone, the biggest thing that I want everybody to understand is your communication is the bridge between people's problems and your solution. And if you try and communicate with everybody at the same time, you will connect with none of them. So you have to narrow down your niche and your offer, and you have to narrow it down in a way that connects with your audience. We talked about this earlier, connecting with them in a way that they see their problem. All right, now I want you to imagine you're going on a road trip to New York City and Central Park. All right, you're going on a road trip to New York City and Central Park, and you hit a fork in the road. All right, one road sign reads New York City Central Park. The other road sign reads somewhere fun that you really want to go. New York City Central Park, which is exactly where I want to go, or somewhere fun that you really want to go. What direction am I going to take? I'm going to take New York City and Central Park. Why? Because the messaging was clear. It was concrete. It was specific. There was no wiggle room. It told me exactly where I wanted to go, and I wanted to go there. So I'm going to take this route. Now, here's the kicker. The other route might also take me to New York City and Central Park. It might actually be faster. It might be safer, and it might be cheaper. But because the messaging was vague, nobody will take that road. This is what happens to most coaches. Most coaches' messaging is vague and unclear. And because of that, nobody takes them. Makes sense, right? You might be the best coach in the world, but if your messaging is off, if it's vague, if it's not clear, if it's not specific, you will never be successful. Nobody will want to drive down that path. We've got to get you clear on exactly who you're working with, exactly what you're offering, and exactly the outcome and the solution that you're helping them with. If you do not do this, nobody will take your path. Messaging and positioning is key here. All right. Now, I need everybody to understand that before we get into the seventh one. All right. So understand that your messaging is hugely important. And now it gets to the final support piece. All right. I want everybody to understand that success is a team sport. One of my mentors, Jack Canfield, said, I've never met a successful coach that's done it alone. You will never win if you try to win on your own. This was by far one of the biggest mental shifts that I've ever had. So I want to ask everybody, have you ever tried to bake a cake? Comment below if you've ever tried to bake a cake without a recipe. Comment below, I have. If you've ever tried to bake a cake without a recipe. What happens if you go try and bake a cake and you've never baked a cake before without a recipe, right? You go try and bake a cake. You might buy all these ingredients from Whole Foods, right? Because we buy organic. Buy all these ingredients from Whole Foods, spend a bunch of money, put all these ingredients together, mix them all up, put them in the oven for, let's say, a few months or a year, right? Your business. Hope you guys got that analogy. And then you pull it out of the oven and it's just a big ball of mush. Why? Because you forgot the eggs. You didn't know you needed eggs. You didn't know that you needed eggs. And if you knew that you needed eggs, it would have been fine, but you didn't know. So it came out a big ball of mush. So what do? You go back to the store, you buy more flour, you buy more vanilla extract, you put it all together and you put it back in the oven for another year and you pull it out and it's still a big ball of mush. Why? Because you still forgot the eggs. You still forgot the eggs. All you needed was the eggs. You want to find a team, a mentor, a blueprint that can help you get there. Right now, I'm not saying it's us because it might not be, but if I will tell you right now, and this was Jack that told me this and it blew my mind. I've never met a successful coach that's done it alone. So if you do not find the right mentorship and you do not find the right coach and the right program to help you get there, I can almost certainly guarantee that you will never get there. But with a recipe, it becomes much easier, doesn't it? With the recipe, it becomes much easier to build that business. All right. And I need you guys to understand this. So those are the 7 steps. Be a solution provider, start from the top, make it personal, get results, serve, don't sell, help everyone or help no one, and build your team. Now, here's what I know about you. We've had about 40 minutes together to run through these 7 steps. And even if we had, 4 hours together instead of just 40 minutes, it would be hard, almost impossible to create a lasting change with you guys. Right now, to get you the full extent of training and beliefs that you really need that I could give you, no matter how good anyone is, it's not going to come in one measly training. The truth is you need to bombard your subconscious. You need to get into implementation. You need to take feedback and get yourself moving and constantly be, putting in those reps. And, what I've given you today, frankly was, while it was incredible value, it's just the beginning, right? And if you've liked what I've given you so far, I want to make sure that you guys have the opportunity to take some next steps because the truth is we really have 2 choices, right? Number one, we can choose to go try and figure this out on our own, gather more information, hope that we get there eventually, or we can create a situation where we can actually implement, execute, get feedback, and get better. So if that's what you're looking for, I do want to make sure that anybody who's ready, again, no pressure or anything here. Anybody who's ready, I do want you guys to be aware of our high impact coaching 90-day launch program. All right. So if you just want to be aware of it, again, this is the step-by-step process designed to help coaches confidently enroll clients at premium rates, consistently generate leads week in and week out, and get out of your own way so you can actually scale your business and impact faster and easier than you ever thought possible. All right. Now, we've worked with hundreds of coaches to help teach them these skills and build profitable businesses in less than 90 days. We've got clients that have six-figure businesses, multiple six-figure businesses, and seven-figure businesses now. Right. But the truth is, this doesn't work for just anybody. All right. I need you to understand that our program is not for anyone. It's not for the faint of heart. And it's not for people that are just looking to kick the tires and be information gatherers. Number one, you already have to get amazing results with your clients. You got to get amazing results with your clients. Number two, you got to be willing to take action and get out of your comfort zone, because truthfully, like we talked about earlier, knowledge is not power. Implemented knowledge, actualized knowledge is power. And if you do not implement, if you do not take out action, you will never get there. Right? And number three, you got to do it for the right reasons. If you're just in this to make money, you're barking up the wrong tree. All right? But if you're in this to get out there and help more people, and you realize that making money is an important tool that you can leverage to scale and get to more people, then this might be a good fit for you. All right? So if you're interested in learning more about our 90-day launch, I want you to go ahead and set up a 15-minute brainstorming session with one of our coaches at xanderfryer.com/apply. Again, xanderfryer.com/apply to set up a 15-minute brainstorming session with one of our coaches, so that we can kind of dig in and see where you're at, see what's working, see what's not working, and see what you need to focus on to get to those next steps. So what you can do when you go to xanderfryer.com/apply, we'll give you a quick questionnaire, because we're going to need to know where your business is at so we can make the most out of those 15 minutes. After you fill out that questionnaire, go ahead and grab a spot on our calendar. And we'll get you set up. There's hundreds of you guys and there's only a couple of us, right? So make sure if there's something open, make sure to grab it fast. Then we're going to send you a little bit of prep work and homework to make sure that you've actually done some of the planning before we get into that 15-minute session. This might be the best 15 minutes that you can spend in your business to actually get clarity around what steps you need to take to really skyrocket yourself forward. So if that's something you're ready to do, go ahead and go to xanderfryer.com/apply. And the last thing that I want to mention, right? Again, from one of my personal mentors, Jack Canfield, I want you guys to remember, you shouldn't worry about failures. Worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try. All right. I want to make sure that everybody remembers that. You shouldn't worry about failures. You should worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try, because chances are there's somebody out there right now crying themselves to sleep that needs your help. Comment below if you know that's true. That's true. There's somebody out there crying themselves to sleep that needs your help and is not getting you. Comment below. That's true. If you know that's true, because I know that's true for me. And that's why I'm on here right now looking to help you guys. And I know that's true for you. And that's why I need to help you guys be able to get there and get out to those people. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Again, if you want that 15-minute brainstorming session, go to xanderfryer.com/apply. I'm looking forward to connecting with you guys. I'll talk to you soon.